was it worth it?
Well,
It would be worth the gamble for sure.
Yeah, I think you do it. I think he's worth whatever anybody's willing to spend. But if he puts you in championship contention,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, even if it doesn't make sense for me to say, hey, I'm going to give George a max contract to go to Sacramento as an older player.
Nah.
Now, if he was younger, I get it. But, teams like Philly, or even re-signing with the Clippers, I'm not sure why the Clippers don't just line them up with Kawhi. They haven't even had an opportunity to see what that looks like in a full playoff run without them being injured. So, I mean, I like what he gives, but he has to be on a team where there's a bona fide 1A star.
Yep.
I just think, with Paul George, he has to be that 2A star for you on a contender. And that's why we keep bringing up Philly. In that case, you're probably paying him to be like the third best player, second best, first best on any given night. So, if I could put him in that situation with this money to where we're a contender, it makes all the sense in the world. He's getting up there in age. He's 34 years old. I'm committing 4 years till he's 38. Will he still be this type of player at 37, 38? So how big is our window actually going to be? So you have to take all those things in account. Like at 34, will he be the same at 36, even 2 years from now, where I need him to be second best player or third? Maybe he fits more in that third category since he's getting up there at age. So Philly makes the most sense for that type of money, or the Clippers. But anywhere else, I'm not sure I mortgage my cap space for an aging, star who I don't need him to be a 1A.
Yeah.
So.
But is he aging, or are we assuming he's aging? Because again, he's been consistent for the last 4 years across the board. He's been the most consistent guy for the Clippers.
Yeah, in his role.
But that's okay.
That role,
But that's okay.
Great. Yeah, that is okay. That is okay. But it just looks a lot different when you're asked to carry a team every single night. It looks a lot different.
But it ain't a whole lot of those in y'all game, no.
Like LeBron has been able to do it at the age of 39 and now 40, and it just, you have to wonder, everybody's not gonna be LeBron as they age. Everybody's not gonna be a Steph Curry as they age. Everybody's not gonna be a KD as they start getting into the 35, 36-year-old range.
Yeah. The reason the Clippers haven't lined him up with Kawhi is what you just said. He's not a number one. You were saying 1A, but it's actually number one, and he's actually a 1A to the number one, right? Like you're doing 1A and 1B, is it? But the number one guy is Kawhi Leonard, and they paid him that way, and now they just hang on for dear life that he can stay somewhat healthy. The point is that they're not going to pay Paul George Kawhi money because they don't think he's...
No, they want to pay him Kawhi's money. He wants more years.
They haven't done it yet. They haven't committed the same years and money that they committed to Kawhi, and I don't think they will to Paul, but I could be wrong. Maybe they'll, in the next few days, ante up. Mm-hmm. But I'm with Paul in that despite all your numbers, and they're all really good, because he is really good.
And he's good.
Yeah.
We act like this dude is...
But here's the problem.
He can't play.
No, we didn't say he couldn't play. Paul George is really good.
Yeah. The problem, Keyshawn, is when you get to 34 after 14 years, I don't see him play wing defense the way he used to. Kawhi doesn't either. That's why the Clippers have been fallible to me. They can't lock you up and lock you down on defense the way they used to. So now, can he walk in the door and become your superstar? Well, he's never really been that. He wasn't that guy in Indiana. It's what LeBron just owned him in Indiana. LeBron, I know he had D-Wade.
But we're not asking him to do that, though, Skip.
Okay, but if you're going to pay him that kind of money, you're going to pay him superstar money, right?
Well,
You're going to pay him the man money.
But he's that piece that you're looking for on a championship contending team. If he, like I said to you, whatever team he goes to, they're instant contenders. Okay. If he goes to Philadelphia, we got to get him some diapers. Because Paul going to be messing in his pants.
You think so?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
No.
Okay.
They're a threat. That'll be the only threat if he goes there to Philly. Yes. Yeah, that'll be a threat.
Okay.
Okay. So every time he's been asked to be the guy, to come up big in big moments, he really hasn't. And if you look at his playoff history, even with the years that he was with Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City, Russ would have huge games, and then they would need Paul to come to the party, and he wouldn't come to the party. And that was when Melo was there briefly, and Melo was chuckling at the notion that he called himself Playoff P. You know, Carmelo chuckled at that.
Chuckled at that.
Playoff P? Really? Okay, because he's really not that guy. So the point is, alongside Kawhi, he was always the second star, and he's a really good second star because, listen, when he gets going, he is 6'8", he's long, he's strong, he's smooth, he's got a sweet three-point shot with range, like serious range to it. So all that's there. The tangibles are there. I don't know if the intangibles make him the man, the superstar that you'd pay that money to, but you're just saying the market says you got to pay.
The market says you got to pay him now, Skip.
Yeah.
Not only does the market say he doesn't have to be the man. He doesn't have to be. This is why if he goes to a team, Philly, potentially Golden State, the Knicks, stay at the Clippers, he's not the man, but he's your two. Your twos make $50 million a year.
Yeah.
All right.
That's just what it is. That's what the two make.
Okay. So you're just saying that's the going rate.
The going
That is the going rate.
It's the going rate.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's lucky in that in this market, it's not overpopulated with stars. This free agent market it's kind of him, right?
It depends on. Look, I like DeMar DeRozan. What is that? Like, what is DeMar DeRozan? I like DeMar. So
yeah.
It just depends on what you're looking for to fill that particular hole. That's why when you talk about the Knicks, Paul, and you say, well, if they got Paul George along with what they just did with Mikal Bridges and they let OG go, they closed the gap a little bit. That's the reason why.
Yeah, Paul George, I mean, look at his resume, a perennial all-star.
Yes.
I mean, he's probably one of the most, so in my eyes, he's one of the top 3 most gifted offensive players in the league. When you talk about the levels where he scored, with the way he handles the ball, the way he finishes at the rim, the way he shoots the three, and his creativity, I mean, he's worth that. I mean, on a championship team, absolutely. And that's what every championship team needs, a guy like Paul George.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at the Celtics, they have Tatum and Brown. And then when you look at past champions, they have that dynamic wing that you need. Yeah. You have to have that dynamic wing guard. And Paul George fits the mold on a championship team.
Okay.
And Philadelphia.
What year did he get him to the Western Conference Final? What year was that?
When he was with...
No, he got Clippers the Western Conference Final, right?
Oh, to the Western Conference.
Yeah, what year was that? A couple years ago, because Kawhi didn't play.
Kawhi wasn't there.
But he basically balled out. He went crazy.
He balled out
Phoenix
until they got to the elimination game. It was Game 6 out here, and Chris Paul went berserk.
Yeah, but he can't do it all.
No, but he did play very well.
That was
the best stretch of his career. I would give you that.
Yeah, 2021, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So let's say he goes to wherever he goes. How much does that hurt the Clippers? Like we're doing the threat of 1 to 10 Knicks versus Celtics. Then what's your threat of 1 to 10? How much does it fall if he's no longer a Clipper?
It's going to fall.
Like way down?
Yeah.
It cripples the Clippers.
Yeah, it cripples the Clippers. Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
The Clippers.
Ooh. Absolutely.
Like, if you don't find a way to fill that slot with, like...
Because then you got James Harden ain't even... what you going to do there? You going to bring him back, or you going to let him chest free agency? Like, what you going to do?
I think it's, like, inevitable you bring Chris Paul back to the Clippers. I mean, because I think maybe they're trying to strategically find a way to keep Paul George and James Harden by, saying, hey, we want to keep you, Paul, but we want to keep Harden too, but we need a little extra money over here on the side for us to get Harden. And maybe they're playing that game, and then if they wind up losing out on, they could wind up losing out on both. See, the thing that didn't make sense to me for the Clippers is why do you extend Kawhi and not them two guys? I think they all go hand in hand.
Kawhi took his money early, though.
Yeah, but I thought that should have been a domino effect. Like, when you sign Kawhi, you're not looking to rebuild. You're looking to keep these guys for the next 3 years going into the Intuit Dome to try to see if y'all can win a championship. You just gave T. Lue some more money and Kawhi. So why even do that if you're not trying to keep the band together?
I feel like they offer